Welcome back, everyone, to more Eden's Garden. Uh, as you can see, we've left off at the perfect moment. So let's jump right back into uncovering what we've just discovered. God, what a good scream.
What?
Is the girl dead? Why is there a dead body? What happened?
There's no way.
Is this another student?
Holy!
Shit, what the shit? Dining people, you were in this building before. Tell us what's going on.
Dude!
Yeah, why didn't you mention this to the other girl?
The hell?
The hell? I never even saw her.
Really?
Huh? You were there too, bargain bin? I didn't even... There was a floor below us. That's where I woke up.
Very funny.
You missed a whole ass person? Yeah, right.
Hell no!
You saw her. You must have seen her. Come on, just admit it. Stop pressing me for an answer, you...
Hold on.
I can corroborate Damon's story. There was never a body. Miss Madison and I walked through this exact hallway and saw nothing.
I wasn't expecting this.
So between the time you left and the time you returned, this girl was murdered. You think she was murdered? Well, I don't know for sure, but what happened to her? Does that really look self-inflicted?
Oh, shit!
So there's a killer running loose? But I don't recall hearing anything when I was waiting outside. Desmond can back me up, right?
Shit.
She's right. There were no screams and no one left the building. So the killer's still inside? As more panic shouts filled the corridor, Ava silently walked forward over to the body. Wait, what are you doing? Ignoring Grace's question, she crouched down beside the dead girl and poked her in the face.
What the? You...
The fuck is wrong with you? Stop that!
Strange.
It's not real.
Eh?
This girl, she's just a dummy. A dummy?
How?
Nuh-uh, that's definitely a real body.
You're crazy!
Did you just say you were a liar? Why should we believe you?
It's the truth.
If you don't believe me, inspect it yourself. If no one else is offering, I can do it. Wait, him?
Are we ready?
Well, how does that sound to everyone? He turned to look at each of us. I had my reservations. When his lips met mine, my lips instantly. When his gaze met... Sorry. His lips have not met mine yet. When his gaze met mine, my lips instantly sealed shut. The look he gave me was unexpectedly intense.
Okay.
Yes, you can do it. The pirate casually approached the body and knelt beside it. Then, just like Ava,
I'll be damned.
would you look at that? She's right. It is a dummy.
For real?
For real.
Say what?
How did she know it was a fake?
You see?
My intuition. Also, a corpse would smell. This doesn't smell.
Dude, no!
As if. Could you be any more suspect?
That ain't it.
Not just that. There's something under the dummy.
Huh?
Huh? What is it? What is it? A tablet. Jean rose from the ground and turned around to face us. Sure enough, he was holding a tablet. It was slid under the dummy. There's no blood in it, as far as I can tell. Nice hiding place. I wouldn't have noticed if I hadn't taken a closer look. Gives the impression I was supposed to, don't it?
For real?
Hey, what's on the tablet? Let me turn it on. He pressed a button, then walked over and held the tablet out for us to see. Oh, it's loading something. After a few seconds, the loading symbol vanished. In this place was a photo of the girl. What is this? However, the tablet hadn't finished loading. Just after that image. The victim is Kara Koskinen, the ultimate teacher's aide. She was stabbed in the torso 28 times. The victim also suffered chemical burns to the head. The most notable burns are to her eyes and scalp. Cause of death is blood loss. Time of death is unknown. It reads like a body report. First, a dead body that's revealed to be a dummy. Now, a body report? What the hell is going on? Jeez, took you long enough to find that tablet. Long ago, a heinous murder was committed, and the victim so happened to be an ultimate, much like yourselves. What? Before you is a perfect reconstruction of the crime scene, as well as an effigy of the victim with the appropriate injuries. It was quite emotionally draining to craft that dummy. It served as a strong reminder of what was lost. She was such a nice girl, so much potential lost to violence. What is this man playing at? Anyway, it is your responsibility to figure out the details of her death. The surrounding area, the murder weapon, how she reacted in her final moments, etc. Oh, but don't worry about finding the murderer's identity. He's already right in front of you. See that gray man on the tablet screen? Yep, that's your guy. Please investigate the crime scene, gather as many clues as you can. After a certain period of time, you'll be asked to present your findings to me. Believe me, it's in your best interest to put your full effort into this. Have fun, everyone!
Not okay!
Investigation? What the hell?
Back off.
Fuck, enough of this already. I don't want any part in this. Stop telling me what to do. Grace grabbed a large chunk of rock from the floor and ran over to the speaker. Screaming in obscenity, she pulled her hand as far back as she could. Oop. Electrocution.
Brutal!
No way, was that the watch? Trying to destroy private property, that's a zap. Fuck.
Fuck you!
Damn, girl.
Holy.
Is he for real? Is this school really trying to make us solve an old murder?
Don't say that.
Hold on, you guys. You can't just believe everything that strange man claims. Roy would even start an academy, any academy for that matter, do something like this. Even if it tried to, the Ultimate Talent Program would have stopped them. I wouldn't underestimate the school board executives. Money can get to people's heads and make them take risks they shouldn't. This academy said it was unique. Maybe this is their version of an entrance exam.
What a joke.
They're so obsessed with being different from the competition, they've forgotten what people want. More like they've forgotten how to be sane.
What did you say?
Would the UTP really be okay with this?
Think about it this way.
Seems pretty counterintuitive. Everyone would want to quit their enrollment after this. And Sue.
I'm talking.
If this is the work of a separate group, why are they using the Academy's name? As a way to hide their own, maybe? They might have even kidnapped us because we're attending Eden's Garden Academy.
So...
Explain. Well, what if they knew we all had to board a train? It would explain why we passed out. They boarded the train for us and planted the bag with the gas.
There's gotta be something.
Because this happened on the train to the Academy, they could claim they are the Academy.
If I may ask.
Everyone keeps saying they. Isn't it the speaker man who kidnapped us?
That's not it.
It obviously wasn't just him. Seizing a train, bringing 60 people to an unknown location, it takes a team to do. Of course, that raises another glaring question. Why us? Why have we been brought into this? Is it because we're ultimates? It's not like anyone's specialty is detective work. It just doesn't add up. I think I will let the rest of you handle this. I doubt I'm even in this grotesque situation. I'll just be on my way. Yeah, that's okay. Actually, can I come with? I feel super bad leaving you alone. Oh.
Sure.
Sure, I suppose.
You can do it.
Good luck solving the mystery, everyone. I know you can do it. On that note, Diana and Toshiko walked away in the direction of the kitchen.
Don't get close!
I'm going with them. Screw this. Kai took off down the hallway like his life depended on it. She's better them than us.
I don't know.
I don't know about all this. Will that man really let us go if we investigate?
Stay calm.
We won't know if we continue standing around like this. For now, all we can do is take the risk and do as he says. He's right. I need to brace myself and follow directions I've been given. As of now, it's my only way to learn more information about the current situation. I can only hope this ordeal will be over soon. Time to investigate the dummy. Don't worry, no one would actually die in the prologue. Right? Before I do anything else, I should go back over to the tablet. The victim is Kara Koskinen, the ultimate teacher's aide. She was stabbed in the torso 28 times. The victim also suffered chemical burns to the head, the most notable burns were to her eyes and scalp. The cause of death is blood loss, time of death is unknown. There's a lot going on here. Chemical burns, in addition to 28 stab wounds? Jesus. I don't want to believe anything the speaker guy says, but if this murder really is based on true events, damn, the killer is totally sick at the head. And we've got tablet in our street bullet. Beautiful. Alright. Let's... Hey Mark, what are you doing over here?
Hi.
Hey, are you investigating? I'll take that as a no. Okay, so bro's just standing there. I mean, fair, I guess.
I just want to go home.
I can't believe this is happening. He's just a dummy. We'll all be fine. He's just clearly having a moment. That's something I want to deal with right now. Thanks, buddy. Ulysses was scribbling something down in his notebook.
I must take note of this.
Yes, corporate television can barely create convincing corpses. So how does one wind up here?
Huh?
What does that mean? He finished what he was writing and lowered the blood from his face.
According to my
You
notes,
see, convincingly realistic mannequins like this one are real but rare. It's cheaper, albeit clunkier, to recreate a body using special effects. Well, that's obviously not the case here. Somehow we have a mannequin indistinguishable from a real human. Our captors must not be tight on money.
yes.
They can produce an amazing TV show, certainly. Hello, Jet.
Oh boy.
Did you catch the look on Kai's face before he ran away? Dude is about to puke.
Yeah.
Guess the whole thing got the better of him.
For real?
Yeah, it's a really gruesome sight. I started my dragster. I've never seen anything like it.
You get me?
I mean, I don't make a habit of running into dead bodies, but still, you know.
I know.
At the end of the day, it's just some puppet. Can't be any worse than a Halloween decoration.
Huh?
Where have you been trick-or-treating? Wolf Creek Crater? A discovery like this would traumatize anyone. Well, almost anyone. I'm fairly thick-skinned. He was clearly not in the right headspace for an investigation. I should just ignore him. Jet, my beloved. Sorry, I'm just... His hands look weirder from this perspective. Like they're backwards. It's fine. So this is based on a real case. I barely know the girl, yet I feel horrible. I've had my fair share of grievances, but nothing like she would have endured. I'd do anything to get back to my ship, even if I had to live through a never-ending storm. John seems to miss being out at sea. I guess I can't blame him. I want to be anywhere right here, right now. Alright, let's see. Body. Our captors gave us a lot of information on this victim. To their credit, what's written on the tablet seemed accurate, but I should inspect the body just in case. Damn it, it's just a doll, damn it. Stop hesitating. The doll was slumped against the door, her torso soaked in blood. Parts of her shirt had been ripped open, exposing bits of bloody, indiscernible pulp. I quickly took a step back, trying to control my breathing to avoid throwing up. It's just a doll. There's no reason to be afraid of a doll. Damn, they really went all out. Alright, bottom to the top. A bloody knife lay next to the victim. It's safe to say this must be the murder weapon. The initial sight of the doll shocked me so much I clearly overlooked this rifle. Inspecting it now, I realized something. If the victim was stabbed, there was a rifle near her body. That rifle. Could you step back a bit? I'm curious about something.
No.
What? No, Before I could finish my sentence, John walked over to where I was and picked up the gun.
Hey.
Hey, you're messing with the crime scene. Ignoring me, he released the magazine of the gun with surprising ease.
Huh?
From the top of the magazine, protruded a loaded bullet.
I see.
Huh. That's interesting. This rifle hasn't even been used. Definitely a dangerous thing to have around. I'll put it down and guard it so nobody gets any smart ideas. Better than him holding it. Damn, a loaded gun. What was going on in the killer's head? I'm bringing a gun to the crime scene and not even use it. Unless that gun was purely for intimidation. It's not very logical, but it'd be a twisted game to play with the victim. John recognizes how, or knows how to unload an assault rifle. Huh. Her hands were surprisingly clean, all things considered. There were no other marks or injuries apart from her nails. It looked like there was dried blood underneath them. I noticed her blood under her nails on the rest of her hand. girl had been stabbed repeatedly. I don't need the tablet to know that. However, her cause of death, you think it was a stab to the heart or something, but the tablet claimed blood loss. Taking a closer look at the wounds, they didn't seem excessively deep. At least not deep enough to pierce her heart. If she died from blood loss, what does that say about the killer? Probably could have killed her quickly if they wanted. Do they want her to suffer a slow death? Damn, this is messed up. There seems to be all the evidence. Nothing else is catching my eye. I just checked the inside of the closet now. Alright. Like the rest of the building, the inside of the closet was old and dilapidated. It was the last place I wanted to dig through, but I had to gather as much evidence as possible. Otherwise, I won't be able to present a strong argument. Let's see. Shelf. The shelf is packed with an assortment of towels. I briskly inspected them, lifting each towel to check for anything underneath. Many had gathered dust, but that was it. Nothing was suspicious about them. Alright. Ava, what are your thoughts? There might be more clues around here. I'm going to check this entire closet for evidence. No thanks, a person like her is probably more likely to cause a murder, not solve one. Alright, have fun with that. Damn, Damon. Mean as hell. I love him. It's a bucket, pretty typical thing to find inside a janitor's closet. But why is it randomly lying here? There's nothing inside except... What does this smell? It smells like bleach. Surely that means nothing.
It's for the best.
We must make every effort to examine the crime scene as thoroughly as possible. Not for the sake of entertaining the people who kidnapped us, but for the sake of the victim. After all, this was based on a real murder, was it not? That was what the tablet said. I'm still skeptical of the validity of that statement.
Check it out!
Hey, check out what's behind this door. Saying that, she stepped away from the corner.
Right.
It's a ladder. Doesn't seem like there's anything strange about it. Why was this brought to my attention again?
Dude, not
I'm
cool.
disappointed in you.
Huh?
Huh?
So hacky!
You call that a thing a ladder? It's so obviously a step ladder.
Seriously?
Aren't they practically the same thing?
Pardon me.
I have to agree with Miss Amber. Everyone knows an investigator must record his evidence as accurately as possible. That's certainly what the victim would want. A guy that doesn't get my references, no fun to be around. I'm gonna go check out the peeps outside. Smell you later, lawyer man. She's already out of here? Does she even investigate anything besides that stupid ladder? Step ladder, Damon, come on. You don't get the Ace Attorney reference? You goddamn loser. Clock. There's a clock above the door. It doesn't seem like it works. Looks like that's everything around here. Check out the other end of the room. Alright, back of the closet. Hello, everyone else. Camera. It's another thing on this camera. Is the guy on the speaker watching us through this? Just a thought made my stomach turn. Desmond.
Gotta stay one step ahead.
I checked all the containers on the shelf. They're all full with the exception of one. Bottle of bleach.
Huh?
Bleach. Huh, there was a bucket in this closet that reeked
Makes
of it.
sense.
It's probably not a coincidence given this thing is supposed to emulate a real crime scene. It's crazy how much effort has been put into this. Can't think too much about what kind of situation we're in, or I'll never be able to handle it. Ingrid.
Golly!
These shells are real intriguing. Take a look, some of the cleaning brands go as far back as the 80s and 90s. Do you recognize them? Because I use them. Why would you do that?
How should I put it?
Old chemicals do the job better, since there are fewer regulations about what's poisonous and all that. Just don't ask where I got them. Don't want to learn the fuzz. I'm sure they don't care about her black market cleaning supplies. Damon, you are so dumb. Cleaning supplies, like, You can use cleaning supplies today to make mustard gas. Like, that shit is very dangerous and mixed poorly. And this is like old cleaning supplies when the regulations were more lax. Goddamn. I'm pretty sure they would care. That security camera, it's brand new. Now she's mentioned it, it does look out of place. You think it would have gathered dust like the other items in here? Did it recently get cleaned or something? My company's headquarters have similar ones installed, except these cameras are even more high-tech.
Sheesh.
Typical school spending more on security than educating their students. That's assuming it's even the academy's doing. Alright everyone, that's time. Look at you all, you investigated the crime scene so well, it's enough to bring a tear to my eye. Jokes aside, please meet by the elevator for the class trial. You should find it somewhere around the Tree of Ignorance. Don't make me wait too long, I might start getting zap happy. See you soon. Class trial. What the hell does that mean? What the fuck's a danganronpa? Sounds like that's the end of our investigation.
Let's see.
If we're done with this closet, we should go outside and talk to the others. Ooh, everyone
Come off
is
the
here.
grass.
What the hell is a class trial? Your guess is as good as mine.
Duh.
Obviously, we're gonna court.
What?
Court!
What?
He's going to put us on trial.
Listen to me.
Maybe that's where we'll talk about the clues he found.
Just saying.
It makes sense for our current situation. Investigation, clues, files, what else could that stuff be for?
Well put.
Good point. It does seem oddly similar to court procedures. Obviously, we're missing key suspects and witnesses, but they don't seem to be relevant to this case anyway.
Wait a minute.
He mentioned that this elevator was near the Tree of Ignorance, right? He must be referring to the room with the tree.
Focus.
Probably, yeah. It's the only thing I can think of. However, I don't recall seeing an elevator anywhere.
Just follow me.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get our butts over there. She keeps treating this like a dumb game. If we're really going on a trial, it's going to be a nuisance to deal with.
Okay.
We might as well follow her. One by one, everyone left. I guess I have no choice but to go as well. Let's go. Oh, there she go. How do you remain so stoic at a time like this? Aren't you worried at all?
It's simple.
No, not really. It's not like we're investigating some high-stakes murder. It's just a dummy, that's it. Yes, quite. I completely concur. She's obviously faking it. Not even looking at her face, I can tell she's swallowing bullets. She's a kid, bro. Come on. When I arrived at the tree, I saw that people were already bickering.
Check it out.
A big tree? Eden's Garden Academy? Overused religious symbolism is tight. I really hope we get let out after this.
Oi, you.
Can you confirm, liar chick? Why are you asking her?
Come off the grass.
Come off the grass, she's clearly faking her talent.
Am I hearing you
And
right?
that makes her one of the bad guys. Who would want to fake their identity besides someone with a secret to hide? I bet she's the one who brought that gas bomb into the train.
Really?
And she didn't think to bring a mask to avoid passing out or whatever.
If no one else is gonna say it.
If all you needed was a mask to protect you, then... Hey, don't look at me. I literally passed out. I almost got plenty of holes in it. I'd suffocate otherwise.
I've got something to say.
And no, the liar chick's totally sus. Just look at how calm she's been acting. She somehow knew the dead body was a dummy, then she poked it in the face. It's not normal.
Deal with it.
I told you it was my intuition.
Ugh.
Intuition my ass.
Hold your horses.
It's not unbelievable. My gut told me we should inspect the doll. Now look at us. We're on a mission to solve her murder.
Any clue?
Where's this elevator supposed to be again? That's right, there's meant to be an elevator around here. All I can see is the Tree of Ignorance. Maybe we're missing something here. Or maybe we're being played for fools. Okay. I do want to go around and talk to everyone since we have everyone in one location before I go and investigate this very obvious set piece. The Tree of Ignorance. This reminds me of an exhibit I saw in London.
Come again?
That's certainly random.
For your information.
Well, it was a very memorable exhibit.
No.
No, the London thing. Were you on vacation?
No.
A vacation? No, I don't do much of those anymore.
Never
Why
mind.
is that? Inconsequential. Nevertheless, London was one of the nicer places to visit. Even if it was only for a few days, I really enjoyed meeting everyone there. There was no way she would have met everyone in London in a few days. Damon, you little shit.
Damn.
The golfer one made some loaded accusations, huh? People can believe what they want about me. In the meantime, I'm going to search for the
I see.
elevator. Alright then. And Luis? I'm always so worried when I don't answer her calls.
Oh.
Accepting her letter was the worst mistake in my life. This'll definitely be a story to tell the folks back home. Maybe we can survive.
Sheesh.
Let's just get this over. Let's just get this over and done with.
Hey.
New objective: find the elevator.
Yep.
Sorry, this is too close to Kai's voice. Can't be that hard. Come on. Can it? Come on. Let's investigate. There's a similar edge to Kai's voice I'm gonna give her, but not the full whatever I'm doing for Kai.
Weird.
There's gotta be an elevator around here somewhere.
Let me think.
Maybe it's hidden beneath some kind of carrots on the tip of my tongue. Carrots on the tip of my tongue. It's called fucking. Awesome. It's called fucking.
Yeah.
Not funny, dude. Well, are you gonna help? This is stupid. Is that attempt an excuse?
Hey.
Hey, don't look so down. Even though things seem uncertain at the moment, try not to let it get to
Put
you.
a smile on that face.
You should wear a big smile. Smiling like this makes me feel better. Thanks for the advice.
Man.
And I thought I was finally gonna have a normal school experience. Nobody's gonna believe this. Well, they might believe you guys, but the whole world's just gonna laugh at me.
This sucks.
This sucks. Definitely has an inflated view of himself. Ulysses. Once this is all over, I think I'll allow myself a nap. Fair, bro. Is there really an elevator around here? Seems kind of hard to believe. One of the sort of things pretty difficult to, hide. That liar chick is definitely hiding something. No matter how much you morons deny it, no matter how much you morons deny it, it's the truth.
Interesting indeed.
Class trial, huh? Hello, Jean. Whatever this class trial entails, if we want to overcome it, we gotta work as a team. Going down each other's throats will get us nowhere. Statue. It's a clearly a statue with a chunk missing from its face. I didn't notice this the first time, but the edges along the missing section was surprisingly clean. Looked less like the chunk naturally fell off, and more like someone carved it out.
What you doing?
You noticed the statue too, didn't you? Or you noticed the statue too, don't you?
Huh?
Huh? Oh yeah.
You alright?
What's up with the statue? There's definitely something whack about it. I just can't put my finger on what.
Look.
The mask is broken. There's a piece missing.
But
Is that weird? The statue is probably like super old. It makes sense to be cracking and stuff.
I'm talking.
No, this definitely seems intentional.
wait.
Like it's crappy on purpose?
Hmm?
Even so, it's not relevant to the elevator, is it? Well, you know,
What
if we
about...
find the piece and place it back on the statue, something will happen. Like a puzzle-solving game. That sounds kind of far-fetched, but it wouldn't hurt to try.
Sounds easy.
You saying we gotta look around for the other part of the mask? Hold on to your butts, because I got the eyes of a predator.
Whatever.
This isn't a cup of... Never mind. With that, everyone started to search the tree again. Some people inspected the tree itself, while others scoured around it. After what seemed like only a few minutes, Grace stood up frantically with something in her hand.
Oi!
Oi, everyone, I found it. We gathered around Grace to see what she was holding.
Nice.
That must be it. What should we do with it? Do we just stick it back in the mask?
Leave it to me.
Probably, yeah? I'll take care of it.
Soybean!
Back off, Hercules. You ain't the one who found it. Grace brought the piece over to the statue and slotted it right into the mask. And then, nothing happened.
Fail.
That was anticlimactic. Suddenly, the ground we were standing on began to shake.
Golly!
Oh, golly.
Oh, shit!
Are we about to die? I love Kai's voice line so much. So fucking funny.
Yo!
I was right.
Whoa.
That actually worked. Fucking secret passageway in a tree. Never thought I'd see that. The tree of knowledge, a symbol of sentience, intuition, and understanding, exists only as a barren replica. The tree of ignorance emulates the wonder of nature but does not achieve it. And justly so, for ignorance often aspires to be seen as wisdom.
Game over, man! Game over!
Oh god, now he's spitting random philosophy. We're so fucked. That is some realist shit. Will this take us to the elevator?
What about... ... question mark?
I did not know that she ended that with a ... question mark. That's really good. There's stairs at the foot of the opening.
Yep.
What are we waiting for? Let's explore.
If I may ask.
Why the sudden rush?
Duh.
I want to get home, duh.
Elementary,
To
my
get this over with, we'll get out quicker. Simple math.
Sure.
Fair enough. So we just walk in, do we? One by one, we approach the opening of the tree and descend into the darkness. This is an elevator. See, the elevator is underneath the tree. Reckless investments, I'm telling you. With a rumble, the elevator began its descent. We stood in silence, 16 worried strangers plummeting into the unknown. That's where we were, after all. Random people thrown into this horrible place. And for so what? Some twisted man's games? Fake crime scene investigation, a creepy statue, an elevator, and a tree? None of this was the work of your average kidnapper. This is something much bigger. And in no way could it be connected to Eden's Garden Academy. The elevator began to slow, snapping me out of my thoughts. I stood up tall, and when movement stopped completely, the doors opened. In front of us was a large circular hall supported by marble pillars. In the center of the room, 16 podiums had been arranged into a circle. Were those for us? Welcome everyone, I hope you enjoyed the elevator ride even if it was a bit quick. As you can see, this is the trial room. Each podium has a name on it. Find your designated podium and stand there until I give out further instructions.
However...
And if we don't comply, then I'll zap you, of course.
Back off.
And I'll just zap and shit again. Just face it, Miss Madison. You have to go along with these demands. Looks like there's a few smart ones in the pack, eh? Well, come along now. We don't have all day. There's no avoiding it. We had to assume our place. Scanning the faces around me, everyone wore similar expressions. Discomfort, anger, worry didn't end. We've been kidnapped and forced to play as pawns in some inane game. No free will, no choice in our actions. All we could do was move forward. We had to hope for an escape, and we had to run from this twisted place. We had to solve this murder case. I would love to save my game, thank you for asking. trinket. Shoot bullets. Yes, okay. Duh. This is all information I kind of already know, but it's good to have access to. So, honestly, it's been so long since I played this trial.
Let's
It's honestly a
begin
good
with a
refresher.
brief explanation of the class trial.
Sorry for interrupting, mister.
The objective here is simple. Explain how the murder took place. Using evidence you've gathered during the investigation, you will argue what you believe happened to the victim. Should you all agree on the right answer, you will be free to leave this place. Should you all agree on the wrong answer, well, you'll find out.
Fun.
That's all there is to it. Have fun, everybody.
Somebody, get me out of here.
If this is something we must discuss, I know a good place to start.
Get me out of here, 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 get me out of here! Ah! Somebody get me out of here!
Real. Oh, poor girl.
What happened to her?
It's interesting to me that Wolfgang is the one from the door. Or across from the door.
Oh, shit! They fried her brain!
Calm down. It's only a shock. She won't suffer any permanent side effects. If I wanted to see the brain dead bigger, I'd just turn on the telly.
God, you British motherfucker.
On that note, please, carry on.
Holy shit, the people running this thing aren't playing around.
As you were saying, Wolfgang?
Right. The way I see it, the objective of this trial...
By the way, can I get like a seat with this thing? I'm just gonna be an onlooker. It's only fair.
You're seriously not going to contribute?
What am I even supposed to do?
Put your detective hat on, buddy. We're here to solve a mystery.
Yeah, who murdered that dummy chick, right?
Not who murdered her, how they murdered her.
Did that tablet not explain it?
It listed her wounds, yes, but it didn't explain how they were inflicted.
Probably because it's so obvious.
But, Miss Amber, you didn't even read the tablet.
And I don't have to.
God, love a girl who's so proudly wrong.
Would you look at that? A debate's already underway.
These guys are clearly confused. I need to stop them before they arrive at the wrong conclusion. It's the sound of a non-stop debate. Can I do a Monokuma voice? No, I can't. Not even gonna try. I can feel it the moment the first syllable came out. Oof. During non-stop debates, your classmates will speak one after another without interruption. Students may say things that contradict the truth. And it's your job to determine which statement must be broken in order to progress the trial. Classic danganronpa. Alright, aim for the words highlighted. Go. Okay, space will concentrate. Let's go. Oh, stylish as hell. Okay, assault rifle.
The mystery was never about who killed Kara, but how she died.
Is that true? Objection! It's obvious what the murder weapon was.
I didn't get a good look at the crime scene, but the body was pretty bloody.
And what could have spilt that blood besides that big, scary gun?
Ah, that's right. There was a gun.
You hear that,
Thank you,
like a
Diana.
man? She agrees.
I'm gonna generally try to run through each thing once unless I'm running out of time so that we can get all the dialogue, because there's so much love to put into this. The loudest voices in the room are always the smartest. Fortunately, an uninformed argument is never to push you down.
The mystery was never about who killed Kara, how
Okay,
she
shift
died.
will speed up.
obvious what the murder weapon. I didn't get the body. What could have spilled that blood besides that big scary gun?
Okay, right is the fire.
No, that's wrong!
The lovely breaking glass effect.
Cassidy, can you stop butting in? You barely investigated the crime scene to begin with.
Whoa, what? I searched that place from top to bottom.
Alright, then tell me, how was a fully loaded assault rifle used as the murder weapon?
That's easy. It wasn't. Obviously, the shooter reloaded their gun to full capacity. Any smart shooter could tell you that. Right, Desmond?
Why are you bringing me into this?
Except, the victim suffered multiple stab wounds to the torso. If the gun was fired, not only should the body have had bullet wounds, but there would be shell casings from the fired bullets. We saw neither at the crime scene.
Details.
You really are a Ace Attorney fan, aren't you?
If the gun didn't do that, chicken, what was the actual murder weapon?
The actual murder weapon, that's obvious.
I got it.
The knife.
The bloody knife. It's just so blatantly obvious. It was literally right next to the victim's body.
Why so Cam's razor gotta ruin everything?
God, I love Cassidy's voice actress. Incredible job.
Interesting. Both the knife and the rifle were present at the crime scene, but only the knife was used.
Kind of weird choosing the inferior weapon.
Nothing beats the sting of a sharpened blade.
Thanks, Ingrid.
If the killer didn't use the rifle, why was it at the crime scene?
Maybe it came from inside the closet.
Don't see why you'd be storing a gun in a janitor's closet.
Man, I don't know. What if it's not even related to the murder?
Of course it's related. It's covered in blood.
Oh no. Everyone's starting to yell.
This debate is getting out of control fast. I need to say something.
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's body.
Yet they opted for the knife. Odd choice.
I bet that gun didn't even work. These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken, then the killer would have no reason to bring it with him. And yet, they did.
Watch it be for the aesthetic.
It's easy to assume the killer was the one holding the gun, but considering the details of the death, it's fine to think otherwise.
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife
This is...
And didn't even work. These days, it's all aesthetics.
That's like your opinion.
If the gun was broken,
Oh,
then the killer would
shit.
have no reason to...
Be for the aesthetic.
To reiterate,
That one was an accident.
These days, it's all about aesthetics over effect.
That's like your opinion.
If the gun was broken, then the killer...
No, that's
There
wrong!
we go.
Stop that thought right there. If we keep assuming the killer had the gun, we'll end up running in circles.
What? You think the killer was unarmed?
No, they were definitely armed. With the knife. The reason they didn't use a gun is probably because they never had it to begin with.
But then, who did?
Easy. The victim.
Whoa, the dummy had the gun?
If it wasn't the killer, it has to be her. She must have brought it to the closet. She was probably carrying it before the murder, but dropped it when the killer attacked her.
Oh, I guess that makes some sense.
Complete sense.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Aren't you overlooking something?
Huh?
The victim was stabbed from the front, meaning she could have seen the killer coming, correct? If so, why didn't she shoot them?
A stealth attack! I bet the killer memorized her AI movements.
That girl must have been killed before she had the chance to defend herself.
That's not technically true. There's evidence of a struggle between the victim and the killer.
Specifically, evidence that shows the victim attempted to fight back. I really like this beginning case. It's small, of course, because it's literally chapter 0, but it's really nicely put together. You can see everything come together really well.
We found dry blood under the victim's fingernails, which implies she was clawing at her attacker. Of course, no explanation is definitive without photo proof of the killer, but I'm confident this is what happened.
Why would you resort to scratching when you're carrying a gun?
Did something get in the way of her using it?
Wonder if that killer stole it from her.
She should have seen or heard him coming from the hallway at the very least.
Why do you think she was in the hallway?
That's where the fight happened, right?
I think you're getting ahead of yourself. How can we be sure the fight happened there?
Maybe the fight started in the hallway, and after it ended, her body was dragged into the closet.
If that happened, shouldn't there have been streaks of blood on the floor or in the hallway?
Drag marks? Can't say I saw any.
It was merely a jest. No need to take it so seriously.
Aw, Toshiko, it's okay. You are literally a child. This is not your responsibility.
Instead of dragging the victim, what if the killer carried her? I don't know why they would want to do that, but it would explain the lack of drag marks.
Grace is still conked out.
But then, wouldn't the killer have been covered in
blood? Aye. It should have gotten everywhere. Those wounds were brutal. A few inches deep, I reckon. Carrying her would have done nothing to stop the blood flow.
Good point.
She was obviously killed in the closet. That's where the blood was?
Yes, you're right. I'm so sorry for derailing the conversation.
Oh, Eloise.
Moving on. That fight. The victim had the gun, but she was overpowered?
If she wanted to, she could have just, you know.
It doesn't make much sense, does it?
There must be something we're missing, something that explains that the victim was overpowered. And I know I'm the only one who can figure that out. Alright, I'll talk about agree points. During the last night of the debate, you would have noticed that some points were blue. Phrases were blue. But you bet you weren't expecting that, huh? These phrases are called agree points. They are the counterpart to weak spots. As the name would suggest, if an agree point aligns with the evidence you've gathered, you can use your treat bullets to prove it's correct. Simply aim your reticle at it as you would with a weak spot and shoot. In your pursuit of the truth, you must prepare to corroborate your classmates' testimonies. What would be wise to do so is for you to figure out. Good luck. I like that they introduce agreeing before, like, you're allowed, before it's the correct answer.
That slimy killer pulled a fast one and knocked the gun out of her hand.
By the sounds of it, those two did have a crazy tussle.
But she still carried a gun. So why didn't she shoot?
I bet that girl didn't even see them coming.
Maybe she thought the killer was her friend? I know I wouldn't hurt a friend.
She tried clawing their eyes out.
Why did the victim not shoot her attacker? Everyone's got a theory, but who is the actual answer?
That slimy killer pulled a...
Didn't even see. Appreciate the support, but you're not talking any sense, mate.
Not even the pirate is going with me. What was I thinking? Okay, that is not the right...
That slimy killer pulled a fast one and knocked the gun...
Oh, right. Because chemical burns in her eyes. That's where we started. I got a little ahead of the game there. Consent. Always a extremely memorable image.
John actually has a point. The victim probably couldn't see what was going on. According to the tablet, she suffered chemical burns to the face and eyes. That sort of injury would have effectively blinded her. Also, inside the janitor's closet, there was a large empty bottle of bleach. That's probably the chemical that caused the burns.
Blinded? With bleach? That's horrible!
All that pain, yet she still managed to fight back.
She sure put up a struggle. Without a gun, I guess the next best thing was her hands.
So the killer was definitely the one who blinded her.
Indeed. Knowing she had a gun, he blinded her to make her less dangerous. Then, when he pinned her against the door and stabbed her, she tried to retaliate.
Until eventually dying from her wounds.
Jeez, this is brutal. Couldn't they have toned down the violence?
The past is in the past, and we can't change that. All we can do is solve her untimely death, eh?
I like that the cast actually cares, and or at least tries to care about this woman.
I mean, by the sounds of it, we've already figured it out, right?
No, not yet.
Seriously?
But we've already discussed so much!
We know she was armed. We know she was blinded. We figured out how she died. How is this not a closed case?
Please understand, I'm proud of everyone's hard work so far. Because of you, we're one step closer to bringing the victim justice.
This was never about the dummy.
However, we should think of this case like an equation. Knowing how it works is only half the struggle. Now we need to figure out why.
As in, the motive?
Mm-hmm. You're on the right track.
You speak like we have any information on the killer. The man's a stock image. He doesn't even have a name. What are we supposed to ascertain from that? That he's a non-character?
Not every answer will be written down for you. Sometimes actions speak louder than...
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold the phone!
Grace?
Whoa, what? Since when was Grace back to normal?
Right now, Soybean.
Yay, Grace back.
Watching you guys try to solve this mystery has been like watching a dumpster catch on fire. I guess all that smoke must have clouded your vision, 'cause there's a big-ass elephant in this room.
An elephant in the room?
That's giving us too much credit.
So the killer incapacitated that girl. She had a gun, it makes total sense. Problem is, you've yet to explain how he used the bleach.
I sort of assumed he spilled it on the victim.
Right. He just tipped the bottle over her.
That bottle is where the bleach came from, sure. But I doubt the bottle itself was involved in the murder. When we found it, it was neatly ordered on a shelf near the back of the closet. The gun and knife were just thrown on the floor. So it's weird this weapon was handled so differently.
Do you think the killer just poured the contents of that bottle into something else?
Sure, before the actual murder took place, I'd say.
And what is this something else? Go on, explain it before this dumpster turns molten.
Yay, Grace, I love you. She's really stubborn about this, but I get the point she's trying to make. Before we move on from this subject, we need to make sure its logic is completely sound. Alright then, let's put out this fire.
Well, if the original bottle's been emptied, where'd the bleach go?
Into another bottle?
What about a container? There were a bunch in the closet.
I bet the killer had a secret water gun. So when the victim came in, pow! He squirted her in the eyes.
Hey! The ink vanishes when the battle's over.
Call the fire brigade, Grace.
Call the fire. I love that line so much. To inflict those chemical burns, the killer had to use something for what?
Well, if the...
What about a container?
Oh shit.
There were a bunch in the closet.
Grace.
Well...
Into...
What about a container?
I got it.
Oh, let's go.
She's correct. The killer put the chemicals in a bucket. Or, more specifically, the same bucket we found at the crime scene. After all, it reeked of bleach. If the killer didn't use it to transport bleach, what else did they use it for? Personal cleaning? I doubt it.
You sarcastic little shit.
Yo, that makes sense.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Ingrid has been right twice this trial.
Okay, cool. So, how'd the killer use that bucket to spill bleach in the victim's eyes?
Well, actually, I guess technically we were using a disagree point with her earlier, so we'd rather reuse statements from her twice to make points. So, you know, there's there.
It would be a fairly heavy bucket, so it's unlikely he threw it on her.
She'd shoot him before he even had the chance. Use your brain, mate.
Of course, my apologies.
Get his ass, Grace. It's a good question. How is the killer able to get a hefty bucket of chemicals into the victim's dies, especially without her knowing. There must be some kind of clue missing here.
Even if he did manage to splash her, the girl should have sustained intense facial burns. However, aside from her eyes, her face was relatively untouched.
Well, if you check the tablet, it said she had burns to the scalp, too.
Burns to the scalp? How does that work? Unless those chemicals came from above?
Above? Guess that's right, above.
Did the killer somehow suspend the bucket in the air? Maybe there was a mechanism that made it tip over when someone entered the room.
Where's this bucket supposed to be again?
Above. Which, well, could mean anything.
Was the killer hiding above the door frame?
There's no way they were up there. There's nothing for them to sit or hold on to. Not to mention, they couldn't have stabbed her from up there.
And if there's no place for the killer to sit, then there's no place for the bucket to sit.
Unless you take into account the size difference.
Eh?
The space above the entrance might not be able to support a person, but it could still support something as small as a bucket.
And that thing supporting the bucket?
Killer wanted two things: for the bucket to be above the victim and for it to spill on her when she gets to the room. In other words, you need to balance the bucket, but on what? Oh yeah, baby. Door time.
I got it. I don't know how we overlooked this, but I've got it. The killer just balanced the bucket on the door.
Like in those water bucket pranks people film?
Exactly. When the victim came into the room, she pushed open the door and caused the bucket to fall on her. This would make it so she couldn't shoot back or even get a chance to see her assailant.
Man, it's so fucked up, like a prank turned into a murder weapon. It's very cool. I like it.
When the bucket hit the ground, it probably rolled away. That'd explain why we found it a couple feet from the victim.
That is a possibility, yes.
It sounds like the best conclusion.
There's just one problem. How was the killer able to reach that high? Unless they were abnormally tall, it'd be difficult to place something on top of that door.
Well, let's use that as our next point of discussion. How did the killer set up this trap?
To balance that bucket on the door, the killer would need to reach pretty high. Was there anything at the crime scene that they could have used as a boost? If I could answer that, it allowed further credibility to my theory. Yep. There does happen to be something very, very useful.
This is it. There was a stepladder hiding behind the closet door. The killer probably used that. After climbing it, they could position the bucket right on top of the door.
Figures.
My precious stepladder? You think the bad guy used my super duper obvious stepladder?
Match point! Occam's razor!
Yes, it appears our killer didn't care much for subtlety.
That's so fucking funny. I love it.
No matter how obvious it seems, it's the only answer that makes sense.
It was the only knickknack of its kind, too. If there's something else that killer could have used, it's escaping me.
I see. It makes sense with what we've got so far. But I'm not done yet. I still have one last question for you apes.
Please just leave us alone. Oh, I'm so tired.
Hey, don't be like that. Grace may be loud, but her questions have really helped our discussion.
Anyway, what was the killer doing when that bucket poured onto the girl's head?
I love Diana's backhanded compliments so much. They're great.
He obviously didn't just stand there and observe.
I have to agree. They must have been hiding somewhere waiting for her to arrive. Somewhere nearby, I'd assume. On top of the door frame. Nah, in the back of the janitor closet.
I got it. I've got it. The killer was hiding in the back of the closet. If he was pressed up against the furthest shelf and facing the entrance, there'd be a diagonal path between him and his victim. I say diagonal because that's the only way he can make a direct charge forward. Also, when the victim entered the room, she would have been standing with her back to the hallway, right outside the killer's range. That's why the stab wounds were only made to her chest.
Creating the
crime scene we found! Great job, guys! We're actually doing this!
That was the last mystery, right? We must have put everything together now.
Even if it's all fake, I feel really bad for this victim.
It's an ugly sight, but she's no victim.
Ooh, this is the best part.
Huh?
Well, technically she is, but let's be real. The girl was carrying a gun. She probably provoked the killer, and they killed her in self-defense. It's a clear-cut case of the hunter becoming the hunted, no?
That's no excuse.
What?
There's no justifying murder. Killing a woman is the worst thing a man could do.
You're emanating a sizable amount of emotional tension. Are you okay?
There's no excuse. There never was an excuse. 28 stab wounds! No girl, no person should ever suffer Kara's fate.
I know that it's a reference to Detroit Become Human. I should get that out there. I know the reference. This is beautiful.
Wait, who's Kara?
Just as a character moment, I don't care about the reference because everything else is so good.
It was the victim's name! Didn't anyone read the tablet?
I agree with you, dude, but you don't have to shout out your point.
Oi, what's all this about? We figured out the case. Stop trying to drag it on.
No. We're not finished here.
Huh?
There's no murder without a proper motive. We need to discuss why Kara died.
I am not going this far for a fictional murder case. We aren't looking for a murderer. We're looking for answers, which we have.
Do you turn in a half-finished exam, Winona? An essay without its conclusion? This isn't about efficiency, this is about being right. Or do you, a supposed entrepreneur, not value integrity?
Ooh, the beef, the fighting.
What the hell?
Let's just talk about the motive. There's no harm in doing that, right?
Well, what was the motive? Was the killer fighting for their life? Or were they going out of their way to murder?
Maybe the gun freaked him out.
If I was in the killer's shoes, I'd definitely be nervous. Thing is, while acting out of self-defense is possible, since when does it look like this?
Given the severity, I'd liken it to a crime of passion.
Something done on impulse?
What if they were frightened? The spooky thing might have set them off big time.
That's wrong. There's no way this was done in self-defense. No matter what excuse the killer uses, it doesn't change the fact they have blood on their hands.
Yo, bud, you seem a little pressed.
Silence! I won't allow this!
Jesus Christ, dude. Wow, things are getting emotional. Well, you've only been using logical arguments in front of the trial so far, and now would be a good time to change your approach. Okay. Hold to absorb Z. Okay. The pathos mechanic. During non-stop debates, the emotionally charged commentary of your class will appear in purple text. These comments are called pathos statements. You can absorb these pathos statements by hovering over them with your reticle and pressing E or left trigger. The pathos statement will then be loaded to your truth cylinder. Find a weak spot that is directly contradicted by the pathos statement and fire. If successfully, make a powerful emotional argument to counteract your opponents. Stay on the lookout for pathos statements. While you'll always be able to convince the trial using pure logic, emotional arguments can lead to some unique conversations. So there are two ways to end this debate.
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest.
We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind.
This killer, dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you if you have no proof. So says the ultimate liar.
Was this murder justifiable or was it truly unforgivable? I feel like I have an obligation to find the truth. I wanted to use the pathos mechanic because I want to make sure I learn how to do it. So we're not going to do the longest route.
Deserves to be brought to justice!
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you. If you have... Liar.
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint.
Empathy bullet.
There is no way to justify this.
Take it.
You expect me to one of humanity's brightest!
I don't...
Oop.
To
Okay,
kill
wrong
Kara
place
so
to use that.
easily and without restraint.
There is no way to take it.
You expect me to the killing of what?
We shouldn't make a killer's moral. This could have been self-defense.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind.
The killer.
Dead or alive, deserves to be brought.
Do that. There's no reason to trust you.
Okay. I got it.
Liar.
Okay, got it. I have to use it on a statement. Where she said that there's no reason to trust him.
Do that. There's no... trust you.
No, that's wrong!
Pathos counter. Yes.
Expertise shouldn't be overlooked here. If there's anyone to believe, it's the lawyer.
Say what?
Wolfgang has spent his life in the courtroom and on the crime scene. He'd understand the criminal mind in ways we can't possibly imagine. He was even emotionally invested in a murder case he'd never seen before. If his lawyer's intuition tells us that the killer was in the wrong, then we have no reason to disagree. We're all ultimates for a reason. We need to trust in talent.
Well spoken. If Wolfgang is adamant about the killer's intentions,
Yeah! Wolfgang's
Sorry.
clearly trying his best for us.
Let's trust in the lawyer and his bargain bin buddy!
Hey! If it means going home, then new guy's convinced me.
Right on! Team Wolfgang all the way!
Thank you all for your support.
Well, Eva, do you still disagree?
Even if I did, it's not worth pursuing.
Ooh.
Does this mean we're done here? Hey! We're disembodied voice! We've figured out your stupid case! Now let us leave!
Oh, you're finally done. In all honesty, I stopped paying attention a long time ago.
What? We only went through this case because of you.
Silly me, I have a short attention span. So, just for my own benefit, why don't you summarize the information you've learned?
I love this little shit.
It'll be good
Practice.
Fine. I'll do as you ask. I'll present the truth.
We'll present the truth together. Let's dig into it.
It's time to bring this trial to an end. Closing argument. Okay. Where did the killer hide? In the janitor's closet. There we go. Okay. Was the victim carrying? Not yet. The killer pour into the bucket? Not yet. Reach the door frame. Okay. Trap triggered. Boom. Okay. Should be this one, I think. Yep. There we go. Man, my sensitivity is high. I should probably fix that. Maybe. I do like a high sensitivity, so. There we go.
I got it. The victim was Kara Koshkinen, the ultimate teacher's aide.
Okay, Kushkinen. Okay, I was saying it wrong. Alright. Well, sorry to previous episode watchers. Oh wait, no, this is all one
Before
episode.
her death, she was wandering around the academy carrying a large assault rifle. That was probably when our unnamed killer, who was armed with a knife, spotted her.
And decided he'd put her to eternal rest. He slid inside that little janitor's closet, where he began hatching a deadly scheme.
Aye, they needed a way to surprise the victim, who was better armed. The killer grabbed a bottle of bleach from the closet and poured its contents into a bucket.
That's because they wanted to blind Kara by splashing the bleach in her eyes.
Sneaky little bastard.
I love that everyone gets a say in this. It's one of my favorite additions in this game.
But to do that, they would need to set a trap and catch the victim by surprise. The killer moved a stepladder behind the closet door and climbed up it to reach the door frame. There, they carefully placed the bucket.
That way, when the victim opened the door, the bucket would empty its contents all over her.
After completing this setup, the killer retreated to the far end of the janitor's closet and waited for the victim's arrival. The killer could have made noise to attract the victim's attention. Either way, the victim tried to open the door.
And, the bleach splashed all over her. Her scalp, face, and eyes were severely burned.
Youch!
Thanks, Jet.
The killer leapt from his hiding place and began viciously attacking Kara. In his fit of rage and cruelty, he stabbed her from the front 28 times.
While being stabbed, the victim tried to fight back by clawing at the killer. This left the dried blood under her fingernails. However, it didn't deter the killer, and the victim eventually died.
At present, we don't have enough information to reveal the killer's true identity, but their actions haven't been forgotten. That is the truth behind this case.
Oh.
Well, are you satisfied?
A measly 3 acts. Poor Horace would be beside himself.
Who the hell is...
No one cares! We've done your end of the bargain. Now let us out already!
That is what I promised, isn't it? Alright, I'll let you leave this room.
If I remember correctly, Horace is like a reference to a guy who like wrote shit about like act structures. Like 5 act structures, 4 act structures, think about that.
But before I do, may I be frank with you all for a second? This entire time I've been hiding behind a speaker, afraid to show my face. My heart tells me you'll react cruelly to it. However, my head, it raises a compelling argument. Who cares what others think? Shouldn't I get to have a little fun once in a while? Yes. Let's do away with these silly boundaries already. It's time we meet face to face.
Let's go. Face to face.
What was that all about?
Everybody, look over there!
Classic danganronpa transition smoke.
Toss away those pickaxes, peasants! The walls have finally crumbled. What will you do now that you've reached the other side? Will you treasure this new land? Serve it? Or will you set it ablaze? Well, peasants, have you made your choice?
Yo, what the fuck is going on?
Mood, Jet, mood. This person, his voice.
Are you the speaker guy?
Speaker guy? No. You don't address your superiors like that. Within the halls of this academy, you'll refer to me by one name, and one name only. His Highness, the great and powerful Tozu, host of the Killing Game.
Killing Game. Yay! Normal things are happening.
Well done.
Or you can call me Tozu for short.
Hey.
What do you mean by Killing Game?
The show must
Did you
go on.
really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Quite the contrary. This is only the beginning.
That's...
Of what?
Why the long face?
Isn't it obvious? You, my dear subordinates,
Blood is rushing.
are going to kill each other. That's not
Come on.
That's not funny.
But then...
But you said we could go home if we solved the mystery. I gave you peasants an incentive. It's not my fault you took it the wrong way. What are you talking about? You lied to us.
Rubbish.
Lied? Oh, no, absolutely not. I'm a fair man, a man sworn to the truth, and if I recall correctly, should you all agree on the right answer, you'll be free to leave this place. Dun-dun. I'll let you leave this room. I specifically said you could leave this room, not go home.
You
sneaky son of a bitch.
not okay.
You're full of shit, man. There you go, losing control of your voice. That's how you know you've lost the argument. Logic is a cowardly thing like that. It'll jump ship the moment it's confronted with a challenge. He didn't lie, did he? He said he never lies. So when he said this was even during the academy, bullshit. What am I doing believing someone like him? There's no other way around it. He's lying.
Dude!
Hey, why don't you tell us about your dumb game sooner? And watch you peasants run away.
Pathetic.
I can't host a game without any contestants.
Please don't.
Please don't do this.
I just want to go home.
I want to be with my family. Please, just let me go home.
There's no need to worry.
There's no need to cry, Miss Tallman. Huh? We're all civilized here. No one is going to kill simply because they've been ordered to. What's this? The peasant has a rebuttal?
Let's see.
A match between unprepared, unfit players. You could hardly call that a match. In much the same way, this game proposed a killing game between students who don't have the heart to kill.
Nonsense.
Do you seriously think we'll abandon our morals so quickly?
Hey!
Yeah, that's totally right. We're like super boring people. We don't have what it takes to do something like this.
Indeed.
My heart is terribly soft, softer than the most delicate piece of mochi. When I see a fly in my room, I catch the poor dear in a jar and return her to nature.
I would never.
My mochi heart would melt otherwise.
I see, I see.
That's your argument, is it?
How interesting.
So, what has you convinced?
Ah.
What do you mean? What makes you think the people in this room lack the heart to kill? Do you even know anything about them beside their names and ultimate talents?
Pathetic.
If you do, then tell me, regarding killing, where do they stand? Are they okay with murder if it's for the greater good? Are they okay with murder if it guarantees their survival? Is where they currently stand on the issue the same as where they're willing to stand? Go on, you've had a couple hours to get to know everyone. That's plenty of time to learn their life stories, right? Should I take that as a no? Goodness, what a surprise.
Plot twist.
Not. You wouldn't be here all dressed up in that fancy suit if you were so naive.
Such a spoilsport.
And one more thing. That trial you just did, that was your preparation for the killing game.
Get out.
How? All you did was make us play detective.
Plot twist.
And for good reason. If one of you is killed, the remaining students will participate in the true class trial. Your objective here is simple. Uncover the culprit if you can. Using evidence you've gathered during the investigation, you will argue who you believe committed the murder. The result will be decided by popular vote, and if you choose the right person, they alone will be executed, and the killing game will continue. However, if you choose the wrong person, the guilty party will be set free, and the rest of you will be executed instead. Those are the rules of the game. Everyone understand? All of us will be executed? That's not fair.
Isn't this lovely?
Really? I think it's one of our most beautiful rules. Everyone has an incentive to participate in the game, innocent or otherwise.
What's happening?
That's insane. You're treating us like pigs to slaughter.
Such disrespect.
Nonsense. All of you have the chance to survive this game. Do you think the common butcher is so merciful? By the way, if no guilty party ever escapes, the killing game will end when there are only 2 students left. You may want to remember that, or maybe you don't care. It depends on what kind of person you are. Out of the 16 people here, only 2 would be allowed to survive?
No shot.
2 people, that's hardly better than if someone gets away with murder.
Well done.
I know, that's what makes it so funny. Most of you will die no matter what, and yet with every passing trial, you'll all cling to life more desperately.
The show must go on.
And that exact mindset is what causes more murders to happen. Aren't these rules simply brilliant? A perfect test of the limits of human compassion.
I have an appetite.
I can't...
For destruction.
I can't wait to see all of you in action. Yeah. The madman's loud, tinnitus-inducing laughter was suddenly cut off by a well-timed strike from behind.
I've said it a million times, you mangy fucking mutt! I want nothing to do with this stupid game!
Get his ass, Grace.
Ow, 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 ow! Stop it!
Since you've made it clear you won't listen to reason, I'll just make sure you have no arms to kill with!
Do you even listen to when I talk? I'm not the one doing the killing. It's you lot who are...
Grace drove her fist directly into his stomach. She followed it with another blow and another, and when it looked like she was going to be satisfied until he was dead, I saw it. From out of nowhere, a tiny red dot appeared on Grace's face.
Hey! Stop already! There's a...
But before we could do anything, the sound of a gunshot echoed in our ears. Oh, man. Grace released the man from her grip. Speechless, she moved her hand to her cheek, which had been nicked by the stray bullet. We all looked in the direction the shot came from. The shooter stood silently by the pillar, a trail of smoke rising from the mouth of her rifle. Her mask, the design was a panther instead of a goat, but it was clear that she was working with him.
You
shot at her!
For real?
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. Everyone slowly backed away from Tozo, suddenly fearful for their lives. What a shocking and unnecessary display of violence.
You think?
I was talking about the golfer woman. Well, now that you've become acquainted with our enforcer, Mara, if any of you kids try to jeopardize the killing game, such as by attacking me, she'll be there to put an end to your shenanigans.
Pardon me.
Even though she misses her shots? That was just a warning. I assure you it'd be unwise to further test her sharpshooting ability.
In any case...
Regardless, I finally have an answer to your previous question. Meh. You asked if I knew anything about my friends besides their names and talents.
No matter.
Truthfully, I don't. But I'll continue to trust them as if I do, because they're ultimates. Huh? They are charged with the betterment of society, and proven themselves to be above simple acts of self-interest.
We will not succumb!
We will not succumb, even if you trap us, fire guns at us, and force us to endure farcical courtroom procedures. He's right. Grace was trying to compose herself, clearly shocked by her run-in with death.
Don't test me.
No matter how weird these guys are, they're talented. Do you really think an ultimate would fall for this bullshit? That's right. My friends and I have too much to live for and too much to achieve. We won't throw all that away for your killing game.
Don't get it mixed up.
We're all going to escape. We have to. One by one, the students raised their voices in solidarity with Wolfgang. All of them were so confident in what they were saying, so willing to blindly put their faith in each other. For some reason, it made me sick.
My.
Never underestimate the strength of human connection. I'm quite familiar with this idea.
Hi.
What kind of captain would I be if I can't even handle a small crew of 15? What is this horrible feeling of contempt? Why do I feel this way when everyone else seems so hopeful? The voice inside me was answered by another.
No.
You've got it all wrong. The students turned their attention towards Ava, surprised by her words. So you actually believe no one here will try to kill? You're really naive. I don't know how you made it as a lawyer. Well, instead of resorting to random ad hominem attacks, why don't you explain your reasoning?
It's the truth.
It's obvious. Compared to normal people, ultimates are more prone to killing, not less. Living with constant praise from the public has ruined our sense of self. If you need examples, just look around the room.
What a joke.
Excuse me?
Look.
In the outside world, ultimates will do anything to further their own goals. The same is probably true here. Once you realize your dreams can only be achieved if you escape, you'll resort to murder.
Can't you see?
If you continue to convince all of these people to trust each other, they'll only be more vulnerable. Unless that was your plan all along. It's possible you want to make everyone vulnerable, so that it'll be easier for you to kill them. That's
enough.
Suddenly Ingrid stepped in front of Wolfgang protectively. Wolfie's done nothing wrong. He's given all of us a vote of confidence. Yeah, it's something we all needed.
Please.
So stop trying to turn us against each other, please. The horrible feeling grew stronger as the other students admonished Eva. It grew stronger and stronger, and I knew I had to say something. Ava's right. Huh?
No!
Damon, not you too.
I know.
Look, I get it. You want to make the situation less scary for everyone. But Ava made a good point. All of us have a clear motivation to leave this place, even at the cost of other people's lives. Whether it's to see our families again or for the sake of our talents.
Don't say that!
No, I would never kill anybody.
That's not it.
Diana, you yourself admitted you had too much to achieve. Did you see how that's playing into the masked man's hands? This whole we're all ultimates thing is pretty inane anyways. After meeting all of you, it's clear none of us have the same goals.
Hold on.
What are you even sitting with me? Don't we all carry the same obligation to improve the world we live in? This question angered me more than anything that had been said before. I could no longer express my true feelings.
That's wrong.
Look, the title barely means shit nowadays, alright? Most ultimates are just dullards obsessing over some pointless hobby. Their talents don't contribute anything of worth. David, you dick. The only thing they're capable of is leeching off public attention for their own goals. Ouch.
You've got to be kidding me.
Running a business that feeds millions is pointless.
No.
Some of you are an exception, obviously. Come on, there's no way the rest of you can improve the world we live in with your niche fixations.
That was very...
Don't you mean the rest of us? You're an ultimate too. Yeah, what the hell makes you so special? I can feel their words worming their way into my soul. What makes you so special? Well, I can actually achieve things with my talent. Many things with my talent. I can argue policy, consider ethics and morality.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was the one that got you guys for that trial.
Really?
Is that really what happened? I remember all of us helping out.
Shrimp?
Yo, I see what's going on. You think you're better than us because you can't say words nobody understands? Well, that kind of stuff is relative. Like, tell me what a dragster is. Do you know? Watch your step, lest you trip and fall from the unparalleled heights of your vanity.
Not good enough.
I'm disappointed in you. How are you so concerned about making yourself look good when we're in the middle of a death game?
The hell?
Wait, I wasn't trying to... It was no use. They turned against me, hurling obscenity, scowling, or simply shaking their heads.
Isn't this lovely?
Do I sense anger, hatred, an unquenchable sense of bloodthirst? We'll save that for later. I'm the only person who can spill blood in the courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
The elevator will take you back to the killing arena. We've cleaned up the crime scene and prepared a dorm room for each of you.
Get lost.
Thanks. Now can you get lost?
Good evening.
Okay. He returned to his podium with the masterman trailing closely behind. The bizarre mechanism that brought him into the room lowered the two of them into the ground and out of sight.
Hey.
Still, we're not gonna kill anyone, right, guys? No matter what happens, we're all gonna make it out of here okay. It was only when the madman had left that reality truly began to set in. I'm trapped in a killing game with people who despise me. How did this happen? I just wanted to help. I just wanted to make sure we didn't trust each other too easily. And now I'm being treated like the bad guy. Will these people practice what they preach? Will they really refuse to kill? I can't trust anyone here. For better or for worse, it's me versus them. So cue the beginning of the end. The beginning of an unfathomable nightmare and unrelenting despair. The beginning of the killing game. Oh, absolutely beautiful. This episode will be long to allow for everything, but that's fine. Wow, these credits are really loud. The best team. Eloise. Toshio. Winona, girl boss. Mark Mayhem. Hi, the ring light. Chad 11. John, Cassidy, third Mountain Doritos. And this has been Eden's Garden. Vows woven by stitches and needles. 16 surviving members. To be continued. And that is where I sign off. Thank you all for joining me for this long episode. And I will be back soon with... Oh, you know, actual credits. We'll sit through these, but this is an extremely promising chapter 0. It's like, no wonder this blew up so much. I'm just seeing like the trailers for chapter 1. I am genuinely so ecstatic and cannot wait. Also put at the end here, generally for the things that I record, if I feel that the story takes precedent, which definitely does for like visual novels and shit like that, I'm not going to have my pngtuber on the screen. So, you know, all the text is readable, and that's never a problem. I don't have an overlay yet to manage that. When I get an overlay, or when I'm doing a game that isn't so story focused, then I will also have my pngtuber up, even when I'm not streaming. Or, you know, maybe a VTuber one day if I get one. But God, yes, all the people who have worked on this, I'm so deeply appreciative of. Also, if you guys haven't, you should check out the interviews some of the staff have done with Nezumi VA, who has done a bunch of wonderful danganronpa retrospectives. Highly recommend. I'm sure this credit list is going to, like... Well, I guess I'm not sure, but I don't really know the full process of hiring, but I'm sure... But I have a feeling this this credit list is going to expand for Chapter 1. Because I believe they've gotten more people working on it, which I approve. I support it. This absolutely deserves as many eyes on it as possible, both from inside the project and outside. It's so well done. There's never been a Danganronpa game where I've always wanted everyone to live. I mean, like, you know, I don't need to name certain characters from throughout the games who have just been kind of a blight on the series, but everyone here is funny and interesting, and I want to see more of them. And I don't want to lose any of them, which I think makes it so much more effective, considering I'm gonna be losing some of them soon, very soon. The cast is wonderful, and I'm so excited for Chapter 1, which, as of recording, is only days away. So, yes, officially now, thank you all for joining me. I will see you all soon.